Hey guys, it's Kristen at Decorator's Warehouse, and today I am here to walk you through our 4-step process for decorating your own tree at home. The great thing about this process is you can adapt it to any style at all, whether you're a whimsical lover or you like something rustic. But today we're going to be decorating a glam tree full of golds and platinums and champagnes and ivories, and we're going to be doing it on a flocked tree. This is our Natural Elegance bundle, so if you like everything that you see here, feel free to visit us on our website at decoratorswarehouse.com and you can purchase this whole package. Again, it's the Natural Elegance bundle. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. The first step of our 4-step process is the Christmas tree topper. And you can do this as big or as simple as you like. Today we're gonna do a fairly simple topper, and we're gonna be using what we call floral clusters. And it's basically what it sounds like. It's just a cluster of sprays and flowers. So we're gonna use 2 sprays in our cluster. We're gonna use 2 flowers in our cluster. And you will actually see me repeat these later on, the same cluster kind of in the body of our tree. I have a 7.5 foot tree today. It's kind of a mid-sized tree. And I'm gonna be using 2 of the clusters. So I'll do one kind of here in the front and then one on the back side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with kind of my bulkiest piece first, which is this gorgeous stem. It just has different textures and pine cones and berries. And we're gonna run this straight along the pole. So it's just gonna go kind of straight here. I can actually use some of the greenery of the tree itself to wrap it around. That'll hold it in place. And then kind of pull those how I like them to lay. And then I'm gonna come in with my second stem, which for this glam tree, I love this one. It's just a real airy platinum piece. And this is gonna go kind of in front and straight along the pole again. And once I've kind of have it in place, I can pull, some pieces forward, some back. So it almost looks like these 2 are married. All right, and then I'm gonna use my 2 florals. Both of these are gorgeous. They're kind of in the platinum family. One has a little bit of a rose tint and this beautiful kind of silver and champagne. But what we're gonna do, this is gonna kind of cap off the topper here. So I will run one straight, and then I'm gonna angle that kind of up and out, wrapping the greenery to hold it in place. And then my second stem, I'm gonna come to the other side. This one's gonna be a little bit lower and angled in the other direction. Okay, and then once I have that the way that I like, I'm basically gonna repeat this exact process on the back side of the tree. Again, you can do this with absolutely any style. We're gonna use 2 clusters for a 7.5 foot tree. We're gonna use 3 clusters on a 9 foot tree, and we're gonna use 5 clusters on a 12 foot tree. Once my topper is placed, I'm gonna go right into that second step. And I know if you've seen these videos, this might feel kind of repetitive, but it is repetitive because we want to really drive home that this is attainable for everybody. It's simply about layering. And so whenever you break it down and we do the topper, moving into the ribbon, then we have a floral layer, an ornament layer, it really makes it feel simple to do and that you can do this in your own home. So we're gonna go right into the second step, which is the ribbon. And whenever I choose a ribbon, I kind of do have a process I use for that. I like to layer 2 styles kind of through the body of the tree. And then I come in with a 3rd ribbon that's an accent. These are the stars of the show. And when I'm choosing ribbon, I'll generally put something on the bottom that's a little more simplistic. So it might be a solid. It could be something like a repeating pattern like a plaid, or it could be something textural like this, which is a little bit of like a glitter kind of mesh look. So that's gonna be my bottom layer. And then on the top layer, I wanna put a pattern. So this is the star of the show. That's what's gonna stand out. And if you're wanting to bring out a certain color into your design, whatever's on the top is really gonna stand out in your design. And then for the accent ribbon, this is just like a little playful, fun pop of something. So for this particular one, I'm using a 2.5 inch, and it's just a playful plaid in the same color family. So it's an ivory and kind of a platinum gold. So I'm gonna hang on to this one till the very end. It's gonna be the last thing that I do. And the reason I hold on to it is because I want to step back and see wherever I have holes or chunks and use this kind of as a filler. So I'll set that aside, and then we're going to go straight into our ribbon. So I'm going to put my pattern on the top and this below it, and then I'm just going to use my scissors and do a diagonal cut. And then we're going to start the ribbon just right here under the topper. That'll kind of cap that and go into the body. It'll be a nice transition point. So I'm going to leave a tail, and I'm just going to do kind of a 2-loop bow. So I'll fold that. I'm going to pinch it. All right, and then once I twist it, I'm basically just bringing that good side forward, and I'm going to make another loop. And I like to pull them up just to measure and make sure they're the same size. And then I'm gonna twist that good side forward. So we'll just come in and kind of put that right under the base of the topper, and we'll wrap it around with the branches to hold it in place. All right, once my bow is placed, I'm gonna create a loop and just secure it in with the branches of the tree. So I'm just wrapping that around. And then I want to kind of offset this. So instead of straight down the middle, I'm kind of pulling it to the side. And then we're going to fan them out. We're going to just kind of open that up a little bit. And then instead of starting my next loop directly below, I'm going to pull that again kind of to the other side and wrap a branch around it to hold it in place. All right, and then I'm ready to cut a tail. So I'm going to pay attention to the snowflakes. I don't want to cut through the snowflake, so I'm just going to come right to the side of it. Now I'm going to continue this pattern throughout the tree. So since I'm on that side, I'm now going to offset. So I want to come kind of to the middle point here and start my next series of loops. So I like to cut the ribbon. It allows you control over its placement. So I will work in continuous pieces of 2 loops. And then sometimes add in a smaller loop just kind of as a decorative accent. But as a general rule, we're going to have 2 larger loops per run. And I think actually on this one, I'm going to add in a small loop there too as a detail, kind of right in the middle. So I'm just doing the same thing. I'm going to pinch that and then twist the good side forward. Okay, once all my ribbon is placed, I'll move into my third step, which is florals and sprays. But I did want to note a couple things that I did on the ribbon. So initially, we talked about the 2 bigger loops. As you get to the bottom, sometimes you don't have enough space to do like 2 big loops. So I just wanted to point out, like right here, this is one continuous piece too. So you can work with, like, this is one larger loop, and then I've made a small loop and a tail and a cut. And then I never like to waste ribbon. So if you get to the end of the roll and you don't have like enough to do another big set of loops, just come in with like a tail, or like this is a loop with a tail and a tail. So just simple little ways to fill in and utilize all of your ribbon. For a 7.5 foot tree, usually 2 to 3 10-yard rolls is a good amount. If it's kind of a mid-sized tree like what I'm working on today, 2 will generally be fine, but if it's a fuller tree or if you're doing the whole view, probably 3 is better. And then 3 to 4 on a 9 foot, and then 5 to 6 on a 12 foot. The third step of our 4-step process is our floral and spray layer. So when we did the topper, I mentioned that we would be using the floral clusters later on in the tree. So this is the same 4 pieces that we used in the topper, the 2 florals and the 2 sprays. And what I did was I held all the stems together and I wrapped this around. So basically it's creating like one big chunk. And then, so I don't have this poking out the back side, I'm actually gonna fold it in half. And then we are just gonna work these through the tree in a zigzag formation. Kind of a good rule of thumb, we have the few in the topper, but then in addition to those, you want 1 per foot of tree in the body. So for example, on a 7.5 foot tree, I want 7 of these clusters represented in the body of the tree, 9 for a 9 foot. 12 foot, you could go like 12 to even 18, kind of depending on how big your tree is. But on the smaller trees, definitely 1 per foot. So I'm gonna kind of slide these in, and I'm going to zigzag my way through the tree, just running this along one of the branches, and then I'll use the branch to hold it in place. And I do want my stems to kind of cascade down and then angle the heads of the florals in different directions. So since I'm there, I'll come kind of into this space with my second one. And once my florals are placed, I'm gonna come in with just some single stem flowers. I love this one. It's a little bit bigger, so it's great standalone. And then I'm also gonna come in with some individual fillers. And these again are great standalone pieces. So these will just kind of go in wherever we have spaces to fill in. But I'm gonna use again 1 per foot on each filler and each of my single stem flowers. And basically I'm just kind of going in between the clusters that I've already placed. The 4th step of our 4-step process is the ornaments. And one thing that we hear fairly frequently is I have a collection of ornaments that I've collected over a long period of time, and I really want to showcase that. But how can I create a cohesive look to showcase my ornaments? So as you can see, what we've done with florals and sprays and ribbon, this is a great foundation. And then what you can do is you can come in with the really special collected ornaments and place those farther out on the branches. And this could be a great foundation for those ornaments that you already have. Since we're starting from scratch, I'm gonna go ahead and use a variety of textures and a variety of sizes. So I definitely want some different balls. These are shatterproof. I love shatterproof. I use it kind of on almost every tree that we decorate because they're great size, and you can tuck them in to kind of fill the holes. And then once those are placed, I'm going to come in with just different shapes. I've got this like onion, this beautiful quilted ball, two-tone, and snowflake. So these will be kind of the inner parts, and then these will be showcased a little more on the outside of the branches. So for the bigger shatterproof, basically these are going to go deeper into the tree. So, and I just like to use the little twisty tie that comes on the bag, but I'll just kind of shove that deep in and push it into the branch. But that's just going to conceal the pole and create a good foundation. So kind of zigzagging through. With that, I'll use my biggest one first, and then I'll go into the next size, and then I'll place the rest of my ornaments. Okay, so now we have completed our 4 steps. We went from the topper into the ribbon, we did our florals and sprays, and then we ended with the last layer of ornaments. But as you recall, we hung on to 1 roll of ribbon earlier on. This is our accent ribbon. So this is the last thing I like to do because I'm going to utilize it kind of as a filler wherever I still have spaces. So I use 1 roll as an accent on a 7.5 and a 9-foot tree. And then 2 rolls is probably fine on a 12-foot. There's a couple different things we can do for accents. We can just cut a short tail. So leave a tail on this side, pinch, leave a tail here, and then cut. My favorite one is just a simple, 1-loop bow. So leave a tail, make a loop. You're gonna pinch it and twist. And then you can cut and you can add that in as an accent, or we can go a little bit further and we can do just like a simple, 2-loop bow and use those kind of to fill in holes. So I'm gonna just do some little 1-loop accents here. All right, and I'm gonna add my first one kind of in this little hole here. So I'll just twist the branch around it to hold it in place. And then come in with my scissors at an angle. Okay, and then I'll just fill in using one of those 3 accents that I just showed you. Thank you for joining us today as we walked you through our 4-step process for decorating your tree. We hope you enjoyed everything that you saw. If you love our Christmas content, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube station, and then be sure to check out our website. It's www.decoratorswarehouse.com. If you liked everything that you saw here today, This is our Natural Elegance bundle. It's as simple as choosing the size of your tree and then having everything needed shipped straight to your door. Thank you for joining us, and happy decorating.